Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Pastor Wiley Drake. I have the privilege of being the pastor of the First Southern Baptist Church in Messianic Fellowship now for more than 26 years. But starting back in the year 2000, I entered into an endeavor that has blessed me immensely, and I believe been a blessing to many of you. We started what we call the Congressional Prayer Conference of Washington, D.C., in January of 2000, and we've been doing that every day, 7 days a week now, since the year 2000. I'm saying that not to ask for your accolades, but to say we are committed to prayer. And I am committed to prayer. I'm committed to the National Day of Prayer and the Dobsons and those folks and all folk who spend time on conference call prayer meetings. And we do the same thing every day, and many of you have heard me talk about that. But I want to draw to your attention this morning, as your Congressional Prayer Conference chairman of Washington, D.C., as a pastor, as a twice Vietnam veteran, and as a patriot. I am also the chaplain for an organization called Operation American Spring, and I encourage you to go and check that out at oas2014.com or go to operationamericanspring.org. We are about praying for and working for a better America. We must bring America back to 2 Chronicles 7:14. And in an effort to do that, I want to bring to your attention a website. First of all, go to this website, Commit to Pray. That's COMMIT, the number 2, and PRAY, committopray.com. I have found out about these events that are going on, and we are officially adopting them. We will do this, make this official, as the Congressional Prayer Conference of Washington, D.C. We will adopt this project on July the 1st. The first step of our project will be to go on July the 4th to Gettysburg with my pastor, Dr. James David Manning, where we're going there for the Racial Reconciliation 4th of July picnic, and I would encourage you to join me. Now, after the 4th of July, we're going to be going back to my favorite pastor's hometown, that is New York. We will be going to New York in August. We're not really sure when yet, but this is a Pray for America bus prayer tour number 2. It's going to be visiting 15 cities around our nation. We will visit every one of those cities and pray with them and for them. Now, we're going to have what I call boots on the ground and prayer in the air. Boots on the ground means you would be in one of those cities. Prayer in the air means you would listen to us on television and on radio and join us by being prayer in the air. I do not know right now exactly which of the cities I will be on location at, but we will start in New York, and I have an affinity to New York because of the Apollo Theater, because of Harlem, because of my pastor, James David Manning, and also because of the Outlaw Worldwide Church there that I'm a member of and an assistant pastor of. So, we're going to begin in Gettysburg on July the 4th. Sometime in August, we're going to New York with the prayer bus tour, with that tour that's going to be on tour for the second time. So that will be in August, sometimes late in August. And then we're going to kick September off in Orlando. Orlando will be September 2 through 3. September the 2nd, we'll be in Orlando, either boots on the ground or prayer in the air. And I would encourage all of you Orlando folk to join, get on the bus, or at least come there and pray them off. So we're going to have a prayer tour, boots on the ground and prayer in the air at Orlando, September 2 and 3. Then we go from there to, again, another one of my favorite cities, and a favorite sister in the Lord lives in this city, and that's Atlanta, Georgia. Best barbecue in the world, and one of my best friends in the world, Dr. Alveda King, is from Atlanta. On Atlanta, we'll be there September 5, 6, and 7. And then we're going to go to another one of my favorite places, and that is Nashville, Tennessee. I grew up on country western music. In fact, for most of my life, I thought there were only two kinds of music, country and western. Well, Nashville is Music City, USA. We'll be going to Nashville on September the 8th. September the 8th, we'll be there. And then from there, we go to another one of my favorite cities, Indianapolis, Indiana. I spent quite a number of nights on the floor of the Indianapolis Baptist Temple supporting my pastor friend, Dr. Greg Dixon, when the government was trying to take over their church and eventually bulldoze that church. And so we're going to be in Indianapolis with this prayer bus tour on the 10th day of September. Then on the 11th, we're going to go to Community Organizer City. We're going to go to Obama's city. On the 11th and 12th, we'll be in Chicago praying for our nation. And then from there, we go to another place that, again, is one of my favorite cities. Way back in the olden days when I was drunk and when I flew around the country with another drunk in an airplane, one night when we both were drunk, we flew through the arch. We took a little Learjet, turned it on its side, and flew through the arch. We, of course, got grounded and spent some time at the courtesy of St. Louis. But anyway, St. Louis is where we're going to be on the 13th day. We're not going to be there acting a fool. We're going to be there praying for St. Louis and the rest of our nation. From St. Louis, we go to Kansas City. Kansas City, here I come. They got some crazy little women there, and I'm not going to get me one, folks. Just relax. I'm just reminiscing back to my old rock and roll days. Kansas City is the next place we'll go to pray, and that will be on the 14th and the 15th of September. Then from Kansas City, we go to Wichita, Kansas. That's on the 16th. And then from the 16th, we go to Oklahoma City. That's on the 17th. We go to Oklahoma City. And then from there, we go to one of my favorite states, Amarillo, Texas. The reason it's one of my favorite states is because I was married to a Texas woman for 48 years, 1 month, and 14 days, Barbara Julianne Stevens Drake from Bear County, Texas. Only the people in Texas know how to spell that Bear. It's not B-E-A-R, it's B-E-X-A-R. But we're going to be in Amarillo on the 18th day of September. And after that, we will go over on the 20th to one of the hardest places in the world to spell, and even to say for some of us folks with speech impediments, and that is Albuquerque. Albuquerque. If you look at it, it looks like to me it ought to be Albuquerque or something. But anyway, it's Albuquerque. We'll be in Albuquerque on the 20th and the 21st to pray for Albuquerque, to pray for New Mexico, and to pray for our nation and indeed our world. Then from there we go to Flagstaff, Arizona, over into the Arizona state where one of my favorite people is, Sheriff Arpaio, there in Arizona. We'll go to Flagstaff on the 21st of September. Then from Flagstaff, we go over to a place that used to be one of my favorite places back when I was a backslidden Christian. I used to like to go to Las Vegas for the entertainment and for the gambling. In fact, so much so that I renamed it to not Las Vegas, but Lost Wages. I left a lot of wages in Las Vegas, but I don't do that anymore. I follow the Lord. And I was also there to help start some churches in Las Vegas area with crossover for the Southern Baptist Convention way back in 1987-88. And so we're going to Las Vegas to pray for those churches and to pray for our nation. Then from Las Vegas, one of the entertainment capitals of the world, we go to the entertainment capital of the world, Hollywood. So we'll be in Hollywood October 1 through 5. We're going to be having a thing there called the Summons. We're going to summons you to go to Hollywood, and we're going to summons the very presence of Almighty God. I hope you'll join us. We're going to be talking about this probably on every show between now and then. We'll start Monday talking about this great Pray for America bus rally number 2. Pray for America bus rally number 2. Come on board, get on board, be boots on the ground or prayer in the air. Go to the website, commit, the number 2, pray.com. Committopray.com. And I promise you a blessing. I promise you a blessing because this Commit to Pray is being sponsored by the National Prayer Emphasis Area on the National Prayer Day that we have all over this country and pray. And it's also sponsored by the Congressional Prayer Conference of Washington, D.C., yours truly. And my co-chairman is Dr. Clyde Rivers. I've got to talk to him more about this later, but we'll get him on board as well. 15 cities, 15 stops, 15 prayer stops all across America. We've done that on a train. Now we're going to do it on a bus. And we hope you'll be boots on the ground or prayer in the air. If you cannot get on the bus, if you cannot go to those cities, that's okay. God knows your heart. God knows your circumstances. But I want to encourage you, join in the challenge. Join the challenge. Engage in prayer for our nation. Equip and encourage yourself and others to take the challenge to pray for America and encounter the power of God through prayer. Will you pray for America? Will you join the Wiley Drake Show on television and on radio? Will you join the Wiley Drake Show at the Congressional Prayer Conference of Washington, D.C.? Join us to pray, ladies and gentlemen. Please join us to pray. This is indeed going to be a bus tour, and we thank the Lord for that and encourage you to be a part of it. And we want you to know, if you want to get on the bus, all you got to do is go to the website. The website is commit, the number 2, and pray.com. Committopray.com. May God help you, and I hope you'll join us on this Pray for America bus tour. Pray for America bus tour. Ladies and gentlemen, if we do not take advantage of 2 Chronicles 7:14, God's going to take us out of here. Now, that may not sound nice, but that's the way God works. God's given us another chance. He said, if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and seek my face, then will I hear from heaven, forgive their sin, and heal their land. Would you be part of God's people? Would you join us on the Pray for America bus tour? I'm going to go every opportunity I get. I'm going to be involved. We're going to promote it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to pray for it. We already have begun prayer this day for it, and tomorrow it will be on our prayer line. Give me a call if you have questions. Send me an email. My telephone number, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, is 714-865-8132. And if you want to email me at wileywiley@att.net. wileywiley@att.net. Or go to the website for the Pray for America bus tour. It's called Commit, COMMIT, the number 2, pray. Committopray.com. Join us. Let's each of us be a part of the solution, not just a part of the problem.